So I'm not sure why, but the topic of black-eyed kids is something that has always fascinated me. It's something that's always piqued my attention. Just the sheer mystery surrounding what these things are, or what these kids are, it's always been something that has made me wonder. Tonight's video is going to be more of a chill sit-down video. We're going to be talking about black-eyed kids a little bit, some information that I've already gone over before in previous videos, and then telling you guys two kind of like really creepy encounters that I've come across on the internet. So if you're into chill sit-down story videos, this one's for you. And if you're one of those people that likes to comment, it's 3 minutes in and he's still talking, this is probably not your video, and you're going to want to skip out of it because we're going to be just chatting a lot, okay? Just really quickly before we start talking about black-eyed kids, I want to update you on like my channel. Right now, I think I have 1 or 2 more videos planned for this year. Can you believe 2019 is almost over with already? I'm going to be doing like a best of video again, like I did last year. I did like the top 5 pieces of evidence I caught last year, and I think this year I'm going to do top 5 again. I'm not sure, but it'll be fun. It'll be like a look back of 2019, where I went to, who I went on investigations with, what kind of evidence I caught. So it'll be a really fun video, and I'm not sure if that'll be the last video for this year or not. I have my family coming in from out of town the week of Christmas, so I'm actually going to be filming a video with my parents, which will be really fun. I'm going to take a lot of time for that video. It's going to be a lot of fun. They're going to tell some of their experiences, and then I'm going to take them to one of the haunted locations near my house, let them investigate with me, let them use some equipment, and we'll see what happens. But it should be really fun. I'm looking forward to filming that video and showing it to you guys. I want to take my time with it though, and I think that one will be more, it might probably be like the first video of 2020, like very early January. I still can't believe this year is almost over with already. But 2020 is gearing up to be another really great year. I have locations planned already for March and April, maybe another one too, but not a set date. So like, things are coming. So let's talk about black-eyed kids now. Black-eyed kids are a creepy phenomena that a lot of people have experienced. What usually happens is late at night, while you're home alone, or if you're in your car on a dark, lonely road, these children, usually 1 or 2 of them, will approach your door or your car. They'll knock on it. If you're at home, they'll usually ask to be let in. They'll say that they need to use a telephone or that they're lost. They'll ask for food or water. If you're in your car, they'll ask for a ride, say they're lost. But whatever you do, never let them into your house or in your car. People that have had these experiences say that when they encounter these beings, they have this feeling inside that something's just weird or off. The children are usually very persistent on wanting to get into your home or into your car, but like I said, do not let those creepy little motherfuckers into your place. You will be sorry. Nobody really knows what these things are. There's a lot of speculation. A lot of people think that they are ghosts, demons, vampires, aliens. We really don't know. Personally, my opinion is that they are aliens. And for me, the reason I think this is because if you look at them, they're short like aliens. They have big black eyes like aliens. A lot of times when people experience these beings, they say that they feel dizzy or confused, sometimes nauseous, which are sometimes signs of radiation poisoning. So it makes sense if these beings are aliens, maybe they are exposed or have some radiation on their bodies that we're not normally used to, and we're feeling the effects of. One of the things that I wanted to show you was that in August of 2017, a Reddit user named Fat and Depressed got multiple alerts on his phone that something was coming to his door at night. And so he had one of those like doorbell camera things, and it took a picture, or he was able to get a screen grab of it. And it's what he believed to be a black-eyed kid. I'm gonna put that picture up there right now. Now he claims that this kid, being has never returned since, but personally I think this one is a hoax, and I wanted to tell you guys about this one first because I want you to not believe everything that is out there. When I look at this picture, when I zoom into it, for me, this looks like, ooh, I almost dropped my phone. This looks like a person wearing a mask. And I'm not saying I'm right on this. I'm not saying that this is 100% a hoax. I don't know, but this is just what it looks like to me. When I zoom in on it, it looks like one of those white masks. And you know, when the cutout for the eye for Halloween, if there's a cutout for the eye, sometimes it casts a dark black shadow. And it just looks like a person leaning in with a Halloween mask on. So for me, I'm sorry, Fat and Depressed, this one, it looks like a hoax to me. I'm not saying you're a liar. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm just saying, to me, this doesn't look real. But what do you guys think about it? Down in the comments, do you think this is real, or do you think it's a hoax? This other encounter I want to tell you about is about a guy in Michigan. He went camping for the weekend, and he got to the campsite, got out of his car, and went into the bathroom because there was like a bathroom facility, and then you had to hike down this trail to get where the actual like camping area was to set up your tent. So before he went that way to go set up his tent, he went into the bathroom facilities, did his business, and while he was in there, he heard what sounded like people come into the bathroom. He kind of heard a little bit of whispering, but didn't really think much of it, went about his business, came out of the stall where he noticed that 2 kids were standing, and they looked up at him and had these black eyes. So of course he got startled, a little bit freaked out, walked over to wash his hands, started washing his hands, and as he was washing his hands, this feeling of dread just kind of grew on him, like something bad was going to happen. So he quickly dried his hands, ran out of the bathroom. Once he got to his car, he turned and looked back, and the kids were standing outside of the bathroom just staring at him from the doorway with those black eyes. Now, if this were me, that would have been endgame. I would have been done. I would have packed my shit back in my car, and I would have been out of there. But not this person. He decided that he was going to continue with his camping trip because that's, the smart thing to do. So he grabbed his stuff, set up his tent, got all comfy. First night went by, nothing happened. The second day he woke up and he thought, you know what happened in the bathroom? It was probably just partly my imagination. I'm glad I'm here. I'm glad I didn't leave. He went into town. I think he might have even had a drink or two while he was in town, because when he got back, he started walking towards where his tent would be, and lo and behold, right in front of him stood those 2 children again. They were kind of blocking his path, so he couldn't go any further, and they kept asking him to help them. They just kept saying, help us, we're lost, help us. Can you bring us back to your campsite? And he kept saying no, 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 no. And finally he kind of ran backwards, ditched the kids a little bit, and then, sat there for a little bit, thought about what he was going to do, and still decided to go back to his tent. This is where people die in horror movies, because if stuff like this happens to you, you leave. You don't go back to the campsite by yourself. But not this guy. He went back to his campsite, went into his tent, where he fell asleep. I don't know how you'd fall asleep after that, but he fell asleep, and in the middle of the night he was awoken to children outside of his tent, hitting on his tent, asking to be let into his tent and to help them. I probably in that moment would have a heart attack and die right there, because I don't know, something about being out in the woods by yourself in a tent with creepy children. So this went on for a little bit outside the tent. He's screaming, no, no, leave me alone. And finally, everything kind of stopped. He doesn't know how or when, but he eventually was able to fall asleep. And when he woke up in the morning, nothing was there. He says he's never experienced anything like that again. He doesn't know what it was. He doesn't know if it was partly his imagination. He doesn't know if it really was kids needing help. But he says that in his gut, he knew something was wrong with these children, that they were either bad or evil or wanted to do him harm. And that's what a lot of people say when they experience these beings. They say that they have this bad feeling. There's a video that I did on this subject a while back, and there was actually a woman and her husband. They let them into their home, and after they did, they had a lot of bad experiences. Their cats died, the husband kept getting bloody noses, she got sick, Her husband got cancer. Like, all of these medical problems just kept happening to them. So moral of the story again, if you encounter these beings, do not let them into your home, your car, or your tent if you're out in the woods. I want to know though, have any of you had any encounters with black-eyed kids? Or do you know somebody that's had an encounter? Because I would love to hear your story or hear their story. If you have had an encounter or know somebody, let me know. Shoot me an email. My email is down in the description below. Because I would love to talk to you. I'd love to hear the experience, even if it was somebody else. If they wanted to get in contact with me, give them my email. Because I think it's really fascinating, and I would love to talk to somebody firsthand that's had an experience like this. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be on the lookout within the next week, somewhere around there, for my countdown video of 2019, showing my favorite pieces of evidence that I collected throughout the year. If you did like this video, make sure and give it a like. Leave your comments below. If you're new, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.